Okay, welcome to Space News, everybody. Let me get the links going here. It is Monday, October 28th, 2024. I am EJ, your host, and this is the EJ's Space and Rocket Review. You two girls, tell your friends. Space and Rocket Review. One night only. In days that end in Y. All right, just moving the links once again. Creeper, thank you for the links. We have some. Let's see. There's not. Yeah, it's not a lot, but got some stuff from Gitai. That's cool. Some stuff from Bollinger. Is that? Oh, nice. A promo video. Very good. Bill, I have that here momentarily. Here, let me put that there, get all the links transferred over. All right. Oh, we got a render update on the OLM from Chrome Kiwi. Sweet. Hey, Luck, what's going on? All right, Bill, you got some links over there. Ooh, stuff about the Roman Space Telescope. Update on the Artemis 3 landing regions, whenever that's going to happen. Okay. All right. And then, yeah, that update about the tripod. I knew somebody would take that too literally, Tessa. I just, yeah, actually, you know what? I was about to say I didn't think it was you. I knew it was going to be you. You're one-dimensional. It's really easy to see through it. Whammy. Okay, that was a little too savage. All right. Promo video. Someone's going to claim it. It's from Gitai. It should be fine. Yeah, got that. There is a Lockheed Martin promo video, too, that came out a couple of days ago about building lunar architecture on the moon. You know what? Let's start off with that and go from there. Nothing goes over my head. I am too fast. I will catch it. It's a Titan 20-minute. If you listened to us earlier, yeah. Titan was very happy to see me and then very, very unhappy that I left very quickly. I was only there for 20 minutes. Do you have the Polaris Dawn recap video from SpaceX? Oh. Do you honestly think I'd let that one pass by unchallenged? Fair. Polaris Dawn recap video. Oh, yeah, that was posted on Saturday. Yeah. We'll, you know what? We'll start with that. All right, cool. Let's jump in.
SpaceX, back at home, we all have a lot of work to do, but from here, Earth sure looks like a perfect world.
Stage 2 LARX load is complete.
Dragon is in countdown.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
Send us, SpaceX.
Today is all of our mission. You are launching with us.
A lot of the questions that human beings have asked themselves since the beginning of time are probably out there, and we've barely scratched the surface.
It's having so much fun over here.
You just had your first meal in space. What'd you go with?
Pizza.
End of flight day 1.
You can hear the thrusters firing. The forward bulkhead thrusters are up above our heads.
It was time to explore.
We can't forget about the fallen.
Dragon, you've soared to over 1,400 kilometers, and you're farther from Earth than any other person since the last Apollo mission over 50 years ago.
As we journey around our beautiful planet Earth on this 5-day mission, we wanted to share this special music moment with you.
All right, guys, it's EVA day, day 3. How do you feel?
Ready.
Dragon SpaceX. SpaceX's go for spacewalk operations.
Dragon, you are go to open hatch. As we see it stalled, EV1 is go to continue.
It's so cool, man.
What's that? You just used to sitting up in there.
It should be okay. The bot should be fine, guys.
Polaris Dawn crew has
Just the
successfully
SpaceX music
splashed
was in the
down.
background.
Dragon SpaceX, on behalf of the entire team of SpaceX, welcome home.
Yeah, baby. That was awesome. That's pretty good, man. Dude, this part, I'm still just this part, the part that they showed at the very beginning. Just bro, that happened, man. Oh. Dude, the helmet cam. We watched this live, dude. Can you believe that? This part. So who has the record for most space flights, ups and downs? Franklin Chang Diaz and Jerry L. Ross. I have the record for 7 space flights right now. Yeah, that has not been surpassed by anybody. Each of them flew 7 shuttle missions. I have a feeling Rook will be looking for that record. He's at 2. He's at 2. Dude. Look at all the telemetry stuff, dude. SpaceX showed a couple of shots of their mission control there. Can they just repaint the Dragon? They got to replace the heat shield, Mac. But yeah, nose cone closing up. 7. Yeah. Hurtful. Yep. They showed some other shots back here a little bit. I'm kind of trying to spy on some of those. Actually, it's super cool because they had the sounds that the RCS makes. I always tell everybody it goes it ticks, but they had the right there. Here, listen.
You can hear the thrusters firing. The forward bulkhead thrusters are up above our heads.
It was time.
You hear it? That's cool. Are there any videos of what the crowd is looking at? Yeah, I think so. Oh, dude, I'm bumming that we couldn't show the whole thing, but it's got copywritten. That part does have copywritten music. Like, I don't think it's a big deal here because it's toned out because of SpaceX's background music. Hey, there we go. N2 supply right there. There's your manifold pressures. Tank pressures over there. Dude. That's your time. These are your mission timelines down here. Gantt chart. Yeah. That spacecraft orientation right there. Is that Discord? Was that Discord? Where? On the right? This? No, it's their checklists. It's the checklists. That's the checklist. Dang. I was gonna say, yeah. See, it's out of focus on purpose, but that's Dragon's plumbing right there. Crazy. Yeah, these shots of the nose cone opening, dude. We've never. This part right here.
A lot of the questions.
That's so cool. Oh, that's so legit, dude. In the mission control, there was a thing that said Starship Cabin. Wait, where? Where? I don't see nothing. Enhance. 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 We don't know when the next Polaris mission is going to be. You're looking at V2 teams? Maybe someone's posting in Discord. Who knows? It's on the left big screen. Oh, that's sick. There's your commodities. Oh, that's cool, man. Wish I knew all the nitty-gritty technical details on the monitor. It's pretty straightforward stuff. So check it out. There's your cabin pressure right there, right? So the interior, they were rolling it down slowly and then they dropped off. See? For EVA operations. That's the map that shows where you are. That's all SpaceX's ground tracking stations right there. See? That's all the ground tracking stations. That's a live shot. That's your mission timeline right here. These are activities from the timeline. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I mean, you can extrapolate what most of this stuff means. It's pretty straightforward stuff. That does not work on X, Tessa, at all. That's cool, man. That I'm actually kind of shocked they showed this screen. You'd never see this screen in any of the webcasts, you know? That's awesome. There's your, that's motor specs in terms, it's power and temperature right there. I think actually that's all temperature. This is because this is all thermals over here. That's prop right there. There's your communications. Yeah, there's the power control. Dragon motion probably shows rates if I had to guess. Power consumption over there. Hatch motor temperatures. This is all thermal over here. See, there's your those. So those are. This is your O2 supply, but your oxygen. That's not like total oxygen yet because they use nitrox, so they got to mix it. Oh wow, this is actually super straightforward stuff. Yeah, the plumbing. I like the UI that you're using. You just match the symbols. I get it. That's pretty rad, man. This is the connection to all 4 suits. So these show your commodities, your life support, your environmental control and life support commodities here, and then that is your connection to the suits. They have a hose that plugs into the suit on the right thigh, and that's showing the connection and residual pressure of the suits. So when they do leak checks, you know it would show up over here, and on this system right here, this UI is the same thing. That's cool, dude. I'm impressed they didn't blur this. I'm kind of, yeah, I mean, they posted it. I'm kind of, all right. Because, yeah, I've seen this screen before, Phil, but you guys haven't. This is on SpaceX's YouTube if you want to zoom in. Yeah. Yeah. Quick, archive it. Now we'll go over to the tubes. Why? Oh, it's right there. I just had it, but that's okay. I don't want to be a hero. Go away. I gotta sneeze. Turbocharger. With YouTube, you can see the Starship cabin. I am not seeing it. Yeah, there you go, Pat. Yeah. I don't see anything about Starship here. That really does look like Discord. This is from Polaris Dawn. That's so sick, dude. Can't believe that. It's in this shot, but I don't have a screenshot. You could just say where it is. Top left, bottom right. You know, I can't find it. Someone else saw it. Okay. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll check it some other time. Dude, look at that shot in 4K. Holy balls. Is this EJ's YouTube? Yeah, Ben, it's me. Yep. That's me. I can simulcast over there. Somebody asked in the YouTube channel if it's actually me. No, it's me. I'm here. Hello. I was at 3:30 in the frickin' morning, dude.
Dragon SpaceX, on behalf of the entire team of SpaceX, welcome home.
Alright, I spoke to a famous person. Hi. Famous? Me? No. That's such a killer mission. So good. So good. Yeah, I'm so famous. I am infamous. Infamous? I put infamous. It saves you some money. All right. Apologies for the confusion. The person didn't show where they found it. They were super zoomed. Okay. Timestamp at 2:22. Oh, yeah. Dude, I kind of feel bad showing this, but it's... Oh... I thought that said Kerman for a second. Totally thought that said Kerman for a second. There, it says Starship Cabin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does. Well, this is... It says it right there. It's just their internal name, IMO. Gonna be that quick to write it off, huh, Matt? I don't think that would be an internal name. I mean, obviously it is an internal name. I don't think they would just have that there because, oh yeah, this is just a thing that we don't need. Especially wouldn't be up on the main mission screen. They're testing something for Starship. I would say I'd like 90% confident there. They're testing, the Polaris is testing something for Starship. DFC-1, no idea. Dynamic flight control, I have no idea. I don't know. It's under cabin O2 sensors. I don't know what that window does, guys, to be honest with you. I thought it had to do with the timeline, but I can't really tell. They do. Their data backend is impressive. Yeah, username. I don't think it would be on there. So, look, check this out. It's clearly something they're looking for, all right? Look at the timestamp, 11:05:2676. That means it's something that happened. Look at the mission timeline, 11:20, 11:25, 11:30. It's something that's happened on the timeline, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how to read this, to be honest with you guys. Polaris will be the first one to launch Starship from the ground, correct? Yeah, that's right. Like I said, that's not an accident. It's not an accident. That's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. Like I said. Okay, so you guys know how I said that I think Polaris 2 is going to have a lot more to do with Starship, right? I think that Rook and company is going to launch on a Dragon, right? I think he's going to launch on a Dragon, and I think the Dragon is going to dock with a Starship. The reason why is because I think they need to test the airlock. I think they're going to test the airlock in the next EVA. And that kind of supports what I'm talking about. Either that or have some type of airlock module attached to a Dragon or something, see? But clearly it's something that they're thinking about. I just saw on Twitter, NSF got a Jared interview on Wednesday. Oh, cool. Yeah, exactly, Socks. Yeah. Get NSF to ask what it is. There's no way he's answering that. There's no way. He probably doesn't even know what that is. I mean, he might. Who knows? Anyway, that's super cool. That's a super cool video. We got another video here. Airlock test spacewalk. That sounds like a Rook mission. Yeah. How are you going to test the airlock? What's the only other thing that could get an airlock up there, Bob? Starship. They got to ask what Polaris afternoon is going to be. All right. So the ship of the star. Oh, God. Why are you making me yawn? Stop it. All right. So let's get through the rest of the news, and maybe we could talk more about that Starship stuff in a little bit. Let me just check here. We have that Lockheed video. I'm going to move that to the end. I'm going to move that to the end. I'm going to move that to the end. What else we got? What else we got? All right, move that there. All right, cool. Let's see. Lockheed released this video a couple days ago. I'm wondering what this is about. I got to be careful about the... You know what? We'll just watch it. We just won't watch it with sound. This is expanding space with inflatable habitats. Lockheed Martin posted this. Let's see. Astronauts living and working in space require durable, safe, and spacious spaces. At Lockheed Martin, we're developing inflatable soft goods technologies that are expanding space habitation. Link to the video. Okay. Yeah, I went over the Diablo gameplay data on Flame Trench. Okay, modules on the moon. Spacecraft taking humans to Mars. There's MADV. Dude. MADV. Mars Ascent and Descent Vehicle. It's a Martian SSTO. Oh, there's that Titan missile, the Titan missile testing complex right there that we found on Google Earth that one time. Yeah, they were testing that thing. Convergent design's a thing, Ben. Most recently, we conducted a long-duration creep test where the habitation was inflated to a constant pressure. Yep. Measure its long-term durability. Yep. Well over 1,000 hours. All right. Inflatable habs are designed and manufactured entirely by our team at our facilities. Yes. Enabling more adaptability, repeatability, and cost-effective manufacturing. Okay. Cool. Lockheed Martin. Don't forget to like and share. I think I did my part there. Is Lockheed Martin actually asking us to like their video? All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, I will. It's for the algos, man. Yeah, yeah. You forgot to like and share? Oh, shun the non-believer! So it's very clear that it seems that Lockheed has some Martian ambitions and lunar aspirations here by showing promo footage of MADV. And not only that, but that's the first time I've ever seen them show an interior shot of what the MADV would look like. I've never seen this before. Ever. That's the interior of this thing. That's a Martian ascent and descent vehicle. That is a Martian SSTO that Lockheed, talked about a little while back. Could it be possible to create an artificial gravity by connecting two starships with a steel cable? The cable would have to be like 1 kilometer long. Just wondering if it's theoretically possible. They tried that during the Gemini program, Snake. It's possible, yes. You could do it. Interesting. This at least shows that there is some fidelity to this, which is actually super cool. All right. Interesting. So Lockheed's cooking up something. All right. Next bit of news here. The MADV always has been chilling in their promo videos, but it seems different. Yeah, it seems different because we got an interior MSR contract. The MADV for Mars sample return? Maybe. All right. At the LEAG meeting, Joel Cairns says Viper completed thermal vacuum testing in September, which was the final pre-launch test. NASA's evaluating the proposals they got as to what to do with Viper since NASA's terminating it. He can't provide any details now. Yeah. Lori Glaze, who's detailed to the ESDMD, Exploration and Science Development Mission Development, I think, for now, says they have a root cause on the problem with the Orion heat shield. And they have decided what to do. They've decided what to do for Artemis 2 because the heat shield's already built. Tests are underway to be done end of November. Then administrator will make the decision. Glaze declined to say what the root cause is. All the information will come out together when the decision is made. Also interesting. I thought this was just more stuff about Viper, but they figured out what was wrong with the heat shield, which is good. Did you see the Orion heat shield clown fiesta? Yeah. There's a massive effort to save Viper. I hope it works. Yeah. Yeah, we should buck that whole trend of finishing spaceflight hardware and then canceling it. That's probably a good idea. That's good, though. Good update. Yeah, this is Jeff Faust reporting on the same thing. NASA's Lori Glaze at the LEAG meeting this morning says at the LEAG this morning that an investigation determining the root cause of Orion's heat shield erosion seen on Artemis 1 confirmed with ArcJet testing. She declined to disclose the root cause. I'm going to go ahead and guess that the root cause has something to do with plasma. I'll check it out, Baron. Oh, the U-2. The U-2 is extremely difficult to land. The ground effect is, yeah. Are they suggesting a different re-entry profile for the already built heat shield? I don't know. Yo, really? Yeah, I know, right? NASA said Viper still needed $100 million in testing before launch readiness, but that was before thermal vacuum testing, which, depending on the test campaign required, can be the most expensive test performed. So I wonder how much more Viper needs now. Yeah. It's interesting, Rocket. I don't know, man. I always hate to say this, all right? I always hate to say it, dude, but someone's playing games. Someone playing game. There's no way that you don't. I understand schedule overlap, etc., etc. You don't make a decision like that when something is already built, right? Or funding overlap. I understand that. That's like, I can't help but think that someone's playing games. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a little strange. Why would you do that? You know? And then continue to complete thermal vacuum testing? Like, what's going on here exactly? Congress did have a hearing about it. That's right. Yeah. I want to point out, guys, that in the particular case of Viper, I know we love to dump on Congress as much as the next person because of the whole SLS thing, but guys, I'll be 100% real with you. Congress isn't the problem this time around. Congress wants Viper to fly. You know, I just figured, you know, I'd point out, and I know what people are going to say, blind squirrel finds a nut, broken clock is right twice a day, but this is the kind of thing that I've been trying to tell you, that everybody says that Congress is the bad guy, Congress is the bad guy, Congress is the bad guy because of SLS, blah, 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 blah. You know, but I firmly believe that they are fighting to keep a good space, to have a good national space program, you know, and I think that this is further evidence to that, you know. Maybe cancellation was a bluff for reasons. Yeah, you shouldn't play games with our country's national space program. That's really stupid. Yeah, Joe, I mean, probably is, right? But, well, it's like the OSAM-1, which got canceled, but NASA is continuing to work on the spacecraft until the end of 2024, and then they'll store and scrap it. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, this... Or A3 test stand, just... Anyway. She says NASA is now doing testing to see how to mitigate that erosion on Artemis 2. That should be completed by the end of November, after which agency leadership will decide how to proceed. Okay. All right, well, we'll see what happens there. Anyway, that's good tie stuff. Here, let's check this out. This is coming from EuropeanSpaceflight.com. Let's see. ESA selects 4 companies to develop reusable rocket technology. The ESA has selected Rocket Factory Augsburg. Oh, they chose RFA. Oh, no way, dude. The European Space Agency has selected Rocket Factory Augsburg, the exploration company, Ariane Group, surprise, and ISAR Aerospace to develop a reusable rocket technology. On October 9th, the ESA held its Future Space Transportation Award ceremony in Paris. During that event, the agency announced the 4 awardees under 2 initiatives focused on the development of reusable rocket technology. The technologies for high-thrust reusable space transportation. Thrust. Okay. And the boosters for European space transportation. Best project. Why you put an exclamation? Never mind. RFAW. Common RFAW, indeed. Extremely, extremely common RFAW. I like them a lot, dude. If you want to know why I like Rocket Factory Augsburg, is because RFA was testing their rocket. They were doing a full static fire test of their first stage, and it quite literally blew up in their face. Or actually blew up in their face. And instead of being wimps about it, instead of saying, oh no, we're screwed. They posted a video 2 or 3 days later explaining exactly what happened, exactly how they're going to fix it, and that they're not going to be deterred by a failure like this. That's how you space flight. You take accountability for what you did, you figure out what went wrong, and you fix it. I love RFA. I'm a huge fan because of that video. You take accountability. We screwed up. This is what we screwed up. We're going to figure out why this happened, and we're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. The accountability and taking ownership for your actions there, that's how you succeed in aerospace. Because if you don't, you start playing the blame game, you're going to go to launch again, it's just going to blow up. All right? I really, really admire RFA a lot, and I'm really happy that they got a contract, guys. If you're in Europe, that could be your SpaceX, dudes. RFA could be your SpaceX. Oh, yeah. That's how you succeed with a lot of things, indeed. But you got to remember, the way life can suck, right? Like, good name, very applicable. In spaceflight, dude, you can't. You're trying to work within the confines of physics. You're trying to quote unquote beat physics, right? There's no easy way to do that, right? There's no easy way to do that unless we master quantum mechanics, right? So yeah, dude, that's the way you have to do it. You have to do it this way with spaceflight. Not that implying that you should do it any other way with any other task, but you have to do it this way. You have to take accountability. You have to take ownership. You have to, or else your spacecraft's just going to blow up again. You know, I think this will primarily be for small launch vehicles since 3/4 run. Let me finish. I just wanted to explain. Yeah, let's keep reading, Rocket. I just wanted to explain why I like RFA a lot. I really admire them. They're cool. And they made a mod for KSP with their rocket, by the way. Yeah, official mod pack for KSP. On that note, most of the funding has been gobbled up by Ariane 6. Baron, are you Forge? Are you Forge God? Did you change your name? Just out of curiosity. Before I finish this. Wait, what? Dude. You talk exactly like another viewer. Like, exactly like another viewer, dude. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I messaged you something on Discord about the heat shield. Oh. Oh, okay, Trey, I got you. Anyway. Okay, so this is something RE, the heat shield, real quick. Change the subject real quick. Is it because I call the EU frauds? I mean, yeah, a little bit, but yeah, there are apparently other Euro viewers that do the same thing. Anyway, Baron, carry on. Have I seen the European Hopper video? Yes, I did see this. Yeah. Gruyere space program. Yeah, that thing is super impressive, man. Chat is just all one viewer. All right, so something RE, the heat shield. We've been able to demonstrate and reproduce it in the ArcJet facilities out at Ames. That's what the ArcJet's for. What we're doing now is assessing what is the appropriate approach for Artemis 2 regarding the heat shield. You know what to do with future missions. You know what to do with future missions, but Artemis 2 heat shield is already built. So how do we assure astronaut safety with Artemis 2? Right now, there's some additional testing going on that needs to conclude before we make a determination. We expect additional testing to be done by the end of November, and then we anticipate discussions with the administrator who will make the final decision. Okay, cool. Hive mind engaged. No, Baron, what? There's another viewer, Forge, that's very, very critical of the European Space Program, and he also says that he also calls the European Space Program a clown fiesta. I was like, wait, what? Nobody else says that. Vatsya, hi, it's me, your only viewer. For months, I've created the illusion that you're streaming to a large audience. You know what, Vatsya? If that was actually the truth, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. I knew people would have gotten bored of me by now. It's just me talking in a room alone. I'm good. I'm good. Last message indicate he got deployed. Oy. Okay, drummer. Well. All right. Anyway, back to the European Space Agency. All right. The Thrust Initiative aims to push forward the development of European liquid propulsion systems, targeting a demonstration of high-thrust stage combustion engine technology. Cool. Following the October 9th award ceremony, Rocket Factory Augsburg and the Exploration were selected to develop projects under this initiative. Dude, that's a huge... Dude, propulsion funding. That's a big deal. Dead internet theory is fake, but chat internet theory is fact. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. We're all the same viewer. Watch, I'll show you by saying this with my other accounts. Kappa. Oh, God. No. No. Don't do it. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Stop it. Oh, shh. I'm still here, El Guapo. So bad. All right, I'm just going to pretend like that's not what's going on, okay? I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to keep staring into the void here and talking at a wall, okay? Oh, that's pretty good. All right. Okay. The exploration company has already received backing from the French space agency CNES for its development of its Typhoon engine, which will be capable of producing 200 tons of thrust. The work being done for the Thrust Initiative, I'm saying it that way from now on, will likely complement what is already being done to develop the Typhoon rocket engine. Okay. RFA has already developed a stage combustion engine called Helix, which will be used to power its first and second stages of the company's RFA-1 rocket. This engine does, however, only produce approximately 10 tons of thrust. As a result, the company will be developing an as-yet unannounced new engine for the Thrust Initiative. Thrust is the second high-thrust rocket engine development project that ESA has kicked off and Thrust is the second high-thrust rocket engine development program that ESA has kicked off in as many months. In late September, the agency announced that it awarded a contract to Pangea Aerospace as part of its very high-thrust rocket engine initiative. The company is developing its Kronos stage combustion rocket engine, which would be capable of producing approximately 200 tons of thrust. Best project awards. The best project was launched to stimulate the development of future reusable rocket first stages or boosters. The project's results will be reviewed at the ESA Ministerial Council meeting in late 2025, where a decision on further development will be made. Following the October 9th award ceremony, Ariane Group and ISAR Aerospace were selected to develop projects under this initiative. Ariane Group is currently receiving funding from both the ESA and the European Union to develop Themis, a reusable... Themis? Okay, yep, all right. A reusable booster demonstrator that is... You know what? I'm calling it Venus from now on. A reusable booster demonstrator that is expected to complete an initial hop test in 2025. The technology will have a direct application aboard a rocket being developed by the company's micro-launcher subsidiary, Mayaspacecraft. It is not clear if Ariane Group will be further developing Venus as part of the BEST project, or if it's focusing on a new initiative. ISAR Aerospace is currently in the final stages of development of its Spectrum rocket. The company is currently working towards launching an inaugural flight of the rocket before the end of 2025 from the Andoya spaceport in Norway. According to reporting from industry consulting firm Euroconsult, ISAR Aerospace is also planning a larger version of the rocket, currently being referred to as Spectrum 2. This version of the rocket will increase its payload performance from 1 to 4 tons. While this larger vehicle will have payload capacity to implement reusable rocket architecture, it's unclear if this project that ISAR is developing as part of... It's unclear if this is the project that ISAR is developing as part of the BEST initiative. BEST! So that's good. It seems like the European Union and the ESA is trying to stimulate the commercial market in Europe, which is cool. That could lead to some pretty cool stuff. That's how it started over here, guys. So, I mean, you're just like 20 years behind, but you know, it's actually more like 15, but it's fine. Stop it, please. I'm just reading the article, man. I'm just reading the article. Could you say trust again? Yeah, sure. Chief, you're going to ask me to stop doing that, and then you saw the crap that was perpetuated, the dung heap that was chat that was perpetuated like less than 5 minutes ago in here? Come on, man. The dung heap, it was perpetuated. That was oh God, they're doing it again. The best Venus rocket. Oh my God. I'm getting to it, Trey. I'm getting to it, buddy. I have that already linked up. It's almost midnight here. Shh. Okay. Much better. All right. Okay. Next bit of news. This is coming from Gitai. Every time they post a video, I like this company more. Gitai, where space robotics dreams becomes reality in all caps. Open positions. Buffly. Get a glimpse inside the Gitai US office where we design, build, and test the technology that's shaping the future of space exploration. All right, let's see what we got. Mute the video. Okay, cool. There's nothing. Mission control room for Gitai satellite. Mission control or land center? I'll let you decide. Simulated regolith chamber for lunar environmental testing. Oh, that's super cool. There's that solar panel thing. Floating spacecraft simulation system. Workshop area. Walk-in thermal chamber. Vacuum chamber. Environmental testing. Clean room for flight model spacecraft test and assembly. Stick. Oh, that's super cool. The controlling space robots, definitely land center. Yep. Controlled assembly area. Office area. Meeting room area. And guys, don't forget, next Friday, we're going to be flying a drone through the office. So just make it look like you're working. It's an abbreviation like NASA, ESA. Yeah, ESA. Okay. Yeah, just, don't mind the drone flying through. Gitai. Where are we? This is in Torrance. All right, let's play Google Earth. Let's play geolocator. Ready? All right, let's see if we can find that building. No, let's play global thermonuclear war. So people are done. How about a nice game of chess? Themis is one of the 12 Titan children of Gaia and Uranus, and the second wife of Zeus. I know the mythology behind it, Yannick. I just wanted, it just sounds like Venus to me. Okay. Oh, Torrance. Yeah, okay. This is not that far from Hawthorne. SpaceX's HQ is up the street. This is actually near El Segundo and stuff. Dude, I know where this is. All right, let's see if we can find it. Oh, there's a pool. Maybe they visit each other sometimes. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let me look at this again. I know somebody's probably just Googling the address at this point. Shut up. You're no fun. Be quiet. Okay, we got a row of industrial buildings, and then right behind it, residential buildings. But the residential buildings are turning, so we need to find a spot where the road turns, and we need a triangular-shaped parking lot. Okay, cool. This is all part of Space News. It's fun, okay? Oh, that could be anywhere. Geospace News. Literally every neighborhood in SoCal. It really is. It really is, isn't it? That's going to be a lot harder to find than I thought. Oh, God, everything looks the same. Oh, God. It all looks the same. I don't even know where the where does Torrance end? There, I saw it. I saw it. But check over there. We're practicing GeoInt. Yep. It's near the airport? Hey, that's my Costco. Okay. Oh, right here. Here we go. Ah! Ha ha! Yes! Boop! Sunclarella. The ultimate service for your super health. The ultimate service for your super health? I guess it wasn't, huh? I guess it wasn't. I guess not. Oh, dude, look at this fine specimen of first generation S10 right there. Oh, yeah. Time to walk around there and find all the Fords. One-stop windows and doors. All black Dodge Ram. How? What the hell? How the What the hell? How did it flip? Oh, okay. All right. That Freightliner. Okay. I was going to say, all the cars are in the same spot, but they're not. It's just those two. Oh, but the Bimmer is there too. What the hell is going on here? That's weird. Okay, cool. That's a weird rabbit hole. Yep. All right. Schrodinger's truck. All right. It's a witch. That's cool. I'm happy. So Gitai, this is recent. This is recently that they came here, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, it looks like they also seal coated the parking lot too and painted it, which is pretty rad. Anyway, cool. It's coming from Bollinger Shipyards. In case you missed it last week, we officially laid the keel for the RS spaceship. Oh, we didn't miss it. You just didn't post this video. So let's see. Let's see what we got. Nope, promo music, not doing that. RS spaceship, laying of the keel, October 24th, 2024. Keel truly and fairly laid by Tori Bruno, John Elbon, Chris Ellerhorst, and Dan Carran. United Launch Alliance, Bollinger Marine Fabricator Shipyard. With them being down the road from SpaceX's Hawthorne facility, do you think they might be working with SpaceX behind closed doors? No, Brendan, there's a huge, well, there was a huge aerospace presence in California. It's still kind of there. The point is, there's a lot of aerospace in that area. Let me show you. Back to Google Earth real quick, and then we'll get back to the shipyards. So that part of Southern California so Southern California, basically, actually around Torrance, Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, and El Segundo, right here, all aerospace, all the time, even all the way down to Long Beach Airport. Every aerospace contractor has offices or had an office or a plant in the picture here at one point in time. Even SpaceX's HQ, you know, the one with the big X on it, that started as Northrop facilities. This is where Northrop started. Yeah. There's a reason why this road is called Jack Northrop Boulevard. But I digest. Every aerospace contractor built planes here at one point. If you go over to LAX and you look over here, this is the LA Air Force Base. You see that big old building right there? They made P-51s there during the war, during World War II. Yeah. Now Northrop Grumman is doing something with that building. That was a P-51 assembly line. If you go over here, so here, let's zoom in. Look at the logos on all these buildings. I don't know, you guys might recognize some of these. Oh, some other people might recognize this too. That's not necessarily aerospace, but also, long story short, there's a huge aerospace presence even to this day. The reason why they're all here is once again they made planes there at some point, but El Segundo is the home of the LA Air Force Base. So I know what people are saying. LA Air Force Base. Where's the airfield? Well, there is none. LA Air Force Base was the home of the 30th Space Wing. Technically now it's LA Space Force Base, technically, but it's still called the LA Air Force Base for everybody that's there. This is a truly disgusting City Skylines 2 build. Look at all the highways. Yeah, the Space Force, Space Force Delta 30 operates out of here, guys. They control the Pacific Testing Range and Vandenberg. They're the range for Vandenberg. Yeah, there was a gigantic aerospace presence here. 747s were made here at one point, at least parts of them. If we go down here a little ways, if we go to Seal Beach, Douglas had a place at Seal Beach over here. The place at Seal Beach was attached to the munitions depot that's down here. There's a giant munitions depot right there. There was a heavy dock built for said munitions depot. And then they also built a heavy dock right here. If you look, that the heavy dock led down here. You go down this road a little ways, the road starts to turn, and you start seeing you start at the end of it right here where there's a big old entrance that looks like something like Starship would be rolling in and out of. Looks like the entrance is at Highway 4 to the build site, doesn't it? Well, this was a build site at one point. Not for Starship, though. This is the old Douglas S4B production line. They built all the Saturn V third stages right there, dudes. All of them were built right there. There used to be a high bay here and stuff. They demolished them, and now it's a parking lot. Yep. Saturn V third stages, every single one of them, and the 2 Skylabs were manufactured right there. It's just an open field now because we don't... Because you know the reason. I'm not getting angry. So yeah, huge aerospace sector. If you go over to Long Beach Airport, Long Beach, California was kind of the headquarters for McDonnell Douglas. You see all these big, gigantic buildings? Those are the remnants of all the production lines for all the McDonnell Douglas aircraft. You want to see what it looked like when McDonnell Douglas was still a thing? That's what it looked like. Airplane manufacturing, baby. Yep. It's still kind of cool to an extent, dude. Some of these buildings are still being utilized for cool stuff. Like if we just go in right around here, take a look at some of the names. Like that one. Ignore that one, but you get the idea. Yeah, they still use these for aerospace to an extent. There's also that one right there. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. Probably not as hustling and bustling as it used to be, but yeah, this is all the remnants of a gigantic aircraft production line. They made MD-11s, MD-10s. They made them here. That was where McDonnell Douglas built once upon a time. That's where they built DC-10s. Back up. DC-9s, DC-8s, DC-7, just all of them. They were all built here at one point. See, you can see them building one right there. See, this was all production lines for all the McDonnell Douglas aircraft. There's MD-90s right there. And these are MD-11s or MD-10s. And also, on the other side of Long Beach Airport over here, this right here was the C-17 production line. Every single C-17 ever made was made in that building. Where's ARCA? Who knows? Oh yeah, somebody else owns that building now, by the way. You might recognize that. Honeywell and Boeing are just a few miles inland around La Palma. That's right, Chad. Yep. Yep, every single C-17. See, there it is. Yeah, they don't do it anymore because McDonnell Douglas folded and then basically ruined, they folded themselves and then ruined Boeing while they were at it, But Long Beach Airport is still there, but it's, yeah. A lot of aerospace picked up all these buildings, but yeah, it's not what it was. That's for sure. Also, there's that scene in the Nicolas Cage Gone in 60 Seconds movie where they're trying to follow the Mustang and crossing over the airport. Yeah, right there. Yeah. What? Do not proceed into airspace. Do not. Yeah, yeah, right there. Yeah, the highway goes underneath the runways. Quality film. Where does Trevor live? In Trevor from GTA 5? Trevor's house is over here in GTA 5. It's on the Salton Sea. Sandy Shores is supposed to be the Salton Sea. Yeah. What's with the giant empty residential blocks? Oh, this space news is going into a rabbit hole. The Salton Sea was the result of a project to try and dam up the Colorado River that didn't go very well, and it ended up overflowing, backflowing a dam, city skyline style, and made the Salton Sea after the dam eventually broke. Yeah. So there was this huge inland freshwater lake, right? And it was going to become this like Palm Springs. It was going to be, they were developing it out, and it was going to become this great resort destination, you know, like Lake Havasu or Palm Springs or something. And turns out that all the, you know, it just happened to be in line with farmland, like the irrigation ditches from all the farmland here. And so all the industrial farming discharge was being discharged into the Salton Sea, which really wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. And it became a disgusting mess, actually. Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, it's just an entire... They figured out that it's just a huge wastewater discharge for all the farms. And yeah, once everybody figured that out, they, yeah, kind of stopped. But Trevor's house in GTA 5 is supposed to be in the Salton Sea. See? That's what Sandy Shores, that's where they took reference for Sandy Shores, right there. Yeah, all the farming discharge was killing fish, and all the fish basically washed up on shore and made it just smell like perpetual low tide. And then also the water, you'd probably be better off drinking like wastewater discharge. Yeah, it probably is healthier. And that, spoiler alert, that's not healthy. So you're saying the land is cheap? Oh, very cheap. Yep. Yeah. Industrial wastewater discharge is no joke. Yeah. But anyway, aerospace. The aerospace sector is huge in Southern California. So, you know, I know it, you know, like, oh, is there a chance that Torrance is working with SpaceX because they're right next to them? No. It's just aerospace. Aerospace is huge in SoCal. Big industry. Sorry for the derail. Don't worry about it. Doggo is fine. He's been in the house for space news. Tessa, say he's been in the house for space news. Did you see the tour of XAI? I have not seen the tour of XAI, Andrew. I've heard about it, though. I've heard things. You want to do me a solid?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Brox, 71 months. Thank you. Hey, it's good that we have the EPA and others to enforce environmental wastewater discharge. Well, submitted. Yeah, absolutely. I get the joke you're trying to make, dude. Absolutely. You're not wrong. But here's the thing about the Salton Sea. The farms were there before the... Actually, were the farms there before that? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? It's kind of like, if the farms aren't there, you can't really have anything else there. Like, but if the city's there, you can't have the farms there. Like, oh, geez. I don't know if we should watch this. It might claim it. Another interesting diversion, Arroyo Seco and Aerojet. Yeah, yep. From the 40s, predating the EPA. Yeah, that's right. The whole Salton Sea thing went down before the EPA was even invented. Give the audio a test listen. All right.
Of storage, super fast networking. This place is absolutely amazing.
Well, no, it's another content creator's video.
Computer is built to power Grok. Now, XAI is building something with Grok that is far more than just a simple chatbot like we've seen before. And that is exactly why there is a giant cluster here. Today, we're going to go back inside these data halls and show you a whole bunch of stuff on what makes this work, what makes this special, and just all the really cool engineering that went into this. Now, this is actually my second time at the facility.
Holy crap, that's cool. Whoa! Ho, 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 ho.
And let me just tell you, the speed at which this thing was built is absolutely amazing. This entire facility with over 100,000 GPUs was built in only 122 days.
You see what I mean when I say that Elon understands scale? Do you see what I mean when I say that? Guy understands scale. They built this in 3 months? No, not even. 4 months. They built this in a quarter. Frick you, they built this in a quarter.
To give you some frame of reference, the largest exascale supercomputers only have a fraction, maybe half to a quarter as many GPUs as XAI has here, and yet those deployments generally take many years from start to finish. The engineering accomplishment here is absolutely amazing, and there's work still being done, but I thought, let's go take a look at
holy shnikes, dude, that's awesome!
Kind of show you what's going on and how something like this gets built.
And it's all liquid cooled. You see that? Everything is liquid cooled. You see the cooling hoses? Holy crap, how do you keep this thing cool? Oh, that's awesome.
This video is sponsored by Supermicro, since it is, but also just want to say thank you to the X and XAI teams for giving us permission to go and film this. Also, of course, thank you to Elon and his teams for approving this and making this possible. With that, let's get inside a data hall to see how this all works.
Dude, that is so cool. Dude, look at the cable management. Oh, that's money. I want it. I wouldn't even know what to do with this.
Inside the data hall, XAI is using a...
You know, can it run Crisis? You guys think it can run Crisis?
Pretty common design. This is a raised floor data hall, and above we have our power. Down below we have all of the pipes for the liquid cooling so that heat can be exchanged to the facility chillers. Each one of these compute halls has about 25,000 GPUs, plus all the storage, the fiber optic high-speed networking. It's all built into the hall, and then they're connected together.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The connections to each data hall are basically
Dude.
the fiber optic cables, the liquid cooling and plumbing for the water, and then there's also just a bunch of power delivery that's super cool. Inside the compute hall, we have these clusters. Now, each of these is made up of 8 liquid-cooled racks by Supermicro. These are NVIDIA H100 racks, and inside each of these 8 racks, there are 8 NVIDIA HGX H100 platforms.
Dude.
We also have all of the liquid cooling for these, as well as the networking and stuff to make each one of these about a 512 NVIDIA GPU mini cluster. Now, these Supermicro NVIDIA liquid-cooled AI racks are probably the most advanced AI racks deployed at this scale. And I'm going to show you exactly why right here. So what you're going to see is that each of these racks has a total of 8 NVIDIA HGX H100 systems. So we have a total of 64 GPUs per rack. Now in the top section, we have the Supermicro NVIDIA HGX H100. Each one of these HGX H100s has a lot of the components that are really important in these systems, like the 8 NVIDIA H100 or Hopper GPUs, Plus, there's also NVIDIA and V-Link switches, and all of that is on the baseboard. Now, one of the really defining things of the Supermicro
very nice
platform
rack.
versus some of the others in the market is that you can actually go in and pull this top section out. You can see the little levers here. They would probably get really mad if I did this, but we have other videos where I've done that, and even on these liquid-cooled systems. And that leaves the bottom tray. The bottom tray has things like our CPUs, which are fast x86 CPUs, as well as our large PCIe switches. Just to give you some frame of reference on how advanced these are, all of that is only in 4U of rack space, and it's all serviceable just on trays. There are other options from Supermicro and others in the industry that are 6U or 8U for a similar style system, and there are options in the market that simply don't have this kind of accessibility and serviceability, which is why these things, even though they're very compact, they're also extremely advanced and easily serviceable. Now on the front of this, you're definitely going to see the fact that there are all these little tubes and they go through this little bar. This little bar is what is called a manifold, and so we have a 1U manifold for each of these systems.
Okay.
That 1U manifold
is
how we
the
can
Whopper.
control liquid cooling. Now all of these little tubes are in pairs. We have both a blue and a red tube that comes out of each of these. So inside these tubes, there are 2 different liquid cooling blocks. And as you might imagine, the cooler liquid goes into the server in the blue side and then out of the server on the red side.
Yeah, there's 2 blocks because it's going down and then it's coming back. It's going down and back. It works kind of like a double expansion steam turbine, only not steam. The reverse of that.
And that
each rack is over 20 kilowatts, by the way. Oh, yeah, I want to know if it can run Crysis. Yeah, you don't want Steam. If Steam is happening here, you got a problem.
The overall rack manifolds that are in the back of the rack. This design means that you can go and actually slide these systems out, service the HGX H100 board, service the CPU's memory and all that kind of stuff, and you just go pop these things out. Now, I'm not going to do that. This is actually training a real model right now, but it takes a matter of seconds at most. Now, there are a total of 8 of these servers in this rack, so it's a total of 64 GPUs plus 16 CPUs, a bunch of memory, and all kinds of other stuff. But on the bottom is a big part of what makes this a really scalable solution. These are Supermicro CDUs, which is a cooling distribution unit. So there are a couple super cool things about the CDU. First, you have the management unit. So each one of these CDUs has its own management, so you can monitor things like flow rate, temperature, and all these kinds of things that you
see, that's
need
cool, man. I love
just
this.
Ensure
This
that
is
you're
cool.
bringing the right amount of liquid through all these servers in your rack. And that, of course, ties into the central management interface, and that can be monitored, so if something goes wrong, you can see it remotely. Now, the other cool thing is that there are 2 pumps down here. Now, these pumps you can actually service because they're for redundancy. If the pump were to go out, you just pull the thing out, then you go put it back in. Again, I'm not going to go do this on a live system, but we've done it previously on STH.
This is X.AI, dudes.
Okay,
this
so
is
it's
Elon.
time to get to the other side of the rack.
This is
to
at
kind of
Tesla
give you an
headquarters
idea
in
of
Texas.
How the back of these racks look. On the side, you'll see that we have our overall rack manifold. You're going to again see our red and blue liquid-cooled rails. Now behind that, you're going to see that we have a bunch of 3-phase power strips that are in here since these things use a lot of power in each rack. And on the other side, you're going to see that we have all of these servers. Now these 4U Supermicro servers have a total of 8 NVIDIA Bluefield 3 SuperNICs, and that's really there for the AI network.
No,
There's
this one is in Memphis. Oh, this one is in. Wait, Memphis? Wait, what? He's building? What happened to the one? I thought there was one at the Gigafactory in Austin. This is the Memphis location. Oh, implying there are more of them. That's Tesla's. This is X.AI. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, he's making more than one. Of course he's making more than one.
Connect X7, and that's really for all the other things that the server might need, like on the CPU side. Now you might wonder, why are there fans in a system that's liquid cooled? The real reason is that these fans are needed to cool all of the little tiny components, the memory, the DIMMs, and all that kind of stuff in a system. Now, even though there are fans here, it's definitely not as loud as if this were all air-cooled. And another really important thing is that this isn't too hot. Like, I'm just standing here and it doesn't feel like I'm being heated like if I were behind an air-cooled system that was just blasting all that hot air towards me. So there is a big difference in the fact that this is a
So this one is just for grok. That is totally different than the one that he's building at Tesla right now. That's for full self-driving. Whoa. Bro, when did we decide to be in the future? When did that actually happen? I feel like we were coasting along, right? We're coasting along. You know, and everything was like, oh yeah, that's 10 years away. And then all of a sudden, SpaceX is landing boosters and just this.
Versus being a air-cooled system. Now, on the back of this rack, there is a rear door heat exchanger. Now, how a rear
in
door heat
Boxtown,
exchanger
Memphis,
works
okay.
is that the heat from the server is transferred to the liquid that flows through the radiator. Air is being pulled by these large fans through the heat exchanger, and that's how all the extra heat in the racks ends up getting removed. The special part about this design is that each rack ends up being room neutral to the overall cooling of the data center. You don't see, as you're walking around here, like these giant air conditioner or air handling units, something that you would see in a lot of data centers over the years. This is a really cool feature, and it really helps each of these racks be a self-contained unit. And another super fun fact here is that you'll see that the back of these is lit up in blue, and you might think that's a branding
Hot and
thing,
cold
or maybe
drummer,
they did
like
that
what we're
just
saying.
because STH is blue, and that's why it's blue. Absolutely not.
I knew it.
Instead,
Tessa, I heard about that. Microsoft is turning 3 Mile Island back on to power a data center. You know what, dude? If this is how we get nuclear power going again, I'm kind of cool with it, man. I'm kind of cool with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's kind of, I mean, maybe not a good idea with 3 Mile Island, but if that gets nuclear power back on the books, I'm kind of cool with that. Is that screwed up? Am I a horrible person? I can't tell. It's not TMI 3. Are you sure? 3 Mile Island was the operator error. Yeah, no crap, guys. You guys know I love nuclear power. Nuclear power is awesome. We'd be stupid to not use it. What I'm saying is, well, we know the public perception behind 3 Mile Island, right? But also, if that's what gets us a nuclear power grid, whatever. Let's freaking go. I'm in. Like, 3 Mile Island is a boiling water reactor. It's great. It's a great design. It's a BWR Mark II, if I'm remembering right. Hold on. That was a guess. See, you type in 3 Mile Island, it doesn't get to the power station, it gets to the accident. All right, what's the design of these suckers? Reactor 1 at 3 Mile Island was operational until 2019. That's the reactor they plan on reopening. Reactor 2 is still going to be unused. Ew. It's a PWR? Pressurized water reactor. Yeah, PWRs are fine. I mean, I think BWRs are a better design, but yeah, there you go. Whatever. Hello! An anonymous gifter gifted to sub to Trump's toe fungus. Okay. All right, that's the. Yep. Not gonna read too much into that one. Dude. Okay. Yeah, the pressurizer with it, as long as it's inside a containment structure, that's fine. PWRs are okay. I think BWR Mark IIIs are the better design, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's keep going.
Instead, this is actually a status light. So as you're walking through here, if you see a bunch of blue, that's cool. If you see something like red or something like that, that's not good. So when you're walking down the data center hall, if you see a red one, you know, oh, that one needs to get service and the rest are okay. A couple weeks ago, I got to see these things get fired up, and it was super awesome to see all of them come up at the same time. Now, of course, with any large-scale cluster, you need CPU compute as well for those tasks that GPUs are just not really good at. And that's exactly what these are next to me. These are 42 one-use servers per rack that provide all of the CPU compute when you need to do things like data prep and all that kind of stuff that really works well on CPU. And so in any large cluster, you're always going to see a set of CPU compute nodes along with your GPU compute nodes. Now this entire cluster runs on Ethernet, which is the same basic technology you would find networking for your laptop, your PC, or a bunch of other devices.
Yeah.
Now each of the servers uses a NVIDIA BlueField 3 SuperNIC DPU. We have definitely covered.
What is that? Whoa. I don't know what that is. What is this part? Hold on. I know there's somebody, I know there's an IT nerd out here. What is that? A DPU?
NVIDIA BlueField 3 SuperNIC DPU. We have
super naked DPU? That's not what he said, is it? It's fiber optic? Oh, yeah, those are optical cables, idiot. All right, there you go. It's fiber. Okay, NIC, network interface card. Oh, okay, all right, I got it. Nuclear reactors are not okay. We have more burial sites than we can count and no way to get rid of waste. Chernobyl was operator error too, and it won't bring those lives back. They can use nuclear in space as much as they want. Renewable sources are the way to go. No. I disagree. Respectfully. Let's get back to this.
We have definitely covered the NVIDIA BlueField 3 DPUs and previous generations on STH for many
BlueField 3 DPU architecture.
years. And if you've seen that, you probably know it means that there's a lot going on.
DPU is a data processing unit. It's a combo of a CPU and a network adapter. Okay. So that thing takes the cat wires and converts it to fiber optic. Why would you need this? What's the application here? I've been able to follow. I know what all this stuff does, but scale? Those are the network cards. SuperNIC. They are 400 Gbit each card. Fiber is faster and goes further. Funnily enough, you need faster processors. I think Donkey Kong's the best. Fiber is much faster data transfer. So it's like Starlink. I get it. So what? Okay. All right. Idiot question time. Okay. Or let's say learning question. I'm trying to be positive about this. So, okay. You'd have all those things going into a DPU. All your computers are going into that DPU. I see everything here wired with CAT. With what is it? RJ45? I think RJ45 is the connector, not the cable. But what is communicating via fiber optic here? My guess, this is a guess from me, is that all your GPUs and CPUs locally are on Cat5, and that's going to a DPU, and the DPU communicates with all the other ones, right? Is that how this works? Everything is fiber. It's all fiber. But that's not what he said. It's the part of the NVIDIA Spectrum X. Okay. All of that yellow cable is fiber. I gotta listen again. Okay.
Now this entire cluster runs on Ethernet, which is the same basic technology you would find networking for your laptop, your PC, or a bunch of other devices.
Ethernet is a standard that doesn't matter the media. Okay. Ethernet can run on fiber too. Okay, see, that's where I'm getting confused. Got it. It's Ethernet over a fiber network. Okay, so Okay, so if that's the case, why? All right, and once again, this is not me being like, oh, I know better. No, 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 no. I'm asking questions. I'm learning. Where? So the DPU does what in this? Communicates to other DPUs? The NIC clusters are the racks. Got that. Hey guys, tone it down about the nuclear thing. Everybody can have an opinion about it. It's fine. Just remember to respectfully disagree with people if you do. Just tone it down. DPU does CPU style computation. The DPU will be assigning work to the CPU, GPU. Oh. How are we still communicating with Voyager? What mind-blowing technology do they have to communicate with something billions and billions of miles away? Voyager is nuclear powered, Newmark, so it's been able to be, it's powered by a radioisothermic electric generator. Basically a ball of uranium they shoved into the back and then they put a heat plate on it. So the decay of the uranium goes into the heat plate makes power. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the gist of it. That's what's keeping it powered. How we're communicating with it, a couple of 70-meter dishes, 70-meter radio antennas. And even then it takes a couple of days for the signal to get out there. Yeah, Chief, I saw it. I saw it. Calm it down, bro. I get it. I said I respectfully disagree. You don't need to keep disagreeing. I get it. It's fine. Come on, let's go. Let's learn.
Now, each of the servers uses a NVIDIA BlueField 3 SuperNIC DPU. We have definitely covered the NVIDIA BlueField 3 DPUs.
It's like a massive CPU. An 8-core CPU has an internet connection, 8 nodes.
In previous generations on STH for many years. And if you've seen that, you probably know it means that there's a lot going on here, more than just your basic Ethernet.
Okay, I'm just going to listen.
Of these NVIDIA BlueField 3 cards provides 400 gigabit networking all the way up to the AI infrastructure. And that's kind of similar to how your PC or laptop will go access the internet just to watch this video. Now, for those that are steeped in the supercomputer realm, they'll definitely say, hey, the way that a lot of folks make clusters is they use technology.
Okay, Baron, I got you.
InfiniBand or other exotic interconnects.
So the DPU is used to handle all networking functions, right? And that leaves the CPUs to work on computational functions, right? Yeah, I got it. Give me 1 second. From the horse's mouth. This is from Supermicro. Okay, I get it. It's just a really, really, really beefed up network card. Yeah, I got it. Cool. All right. DPU is basically the network card. This one is evolved enough that it can do part of the job of the CPU in encoding and decoding data frames. That's wild, man. This is so cool. Crispy is speaking. Wait, what?
Well, those fabrics often work for the world's supercomputers. The world's gargantuan networks run on Ethernet. And that's one of the reasons that they're using it here, because they don't need to just scale to the size of a supercomputer. They need to scale to a massive AI cluster. Now, of course, this is not the same Ethernet that you have in your PC or notebook or something like that.
We got DPUs, CPUs, GPUs, MPUs, TPUs. Guys, I'm here to appreciate the technology, nothing more. Please, just, this is cool. I think this is neat.
Much faster, probably something like 400 times faster, but NVIDIA has some other processes going on.
I got this link from the Flame Trench. This is a great channel. Thanks, Alter Doggy. I'm glad you like it. I'm just nerding out about that. Dude, look at the cable management. Cable management is money. Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful.
Long into this. Behind me, we have the NVIDIA SN5600, which is a 64-port, 800 gigabit Ethernet switch.
800 gigabit? Okay, all right. Here's the thing. I know that's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. If anybody here works in IT, you're probably like, yeah, so. That's crazy. That's a lot for me. 800 gigabit on fiber. Okay. 800 gigabit is infrastructure level. It's the fastest you can get. Oh, man, that's cool. That's top spec just now. 1.6 terabit. What the dude. Oh, this is killer. See, I'm not too much into the software side of things, but the hardware side of things here, this is kick butt, man. This scratches the itch, dudes. I don't know why it scratches the itch. The software just doesn't click in my freaking head, but I like that. That's super cool.
And that means each one of these can be split and run 128 400 gigabit Ethernet links.
Wow.
And these NVIDIA Spectrum X switches, along with the Bluefield 3 DPUs, can do amazing things. These have a host of features and processing capabilities that allow the NVIDIA GPUs and the entire cluster to run at their maximum performance levels.
How many parts could the setup handle in KSP? It would be limited to the clock speed on one threaded core, John. So if the clock speed on a threaded core is no better than the clock speed on the cores in my computer, then it's about the same. The graphics would be amazing, though. The graphics would be amazing. Kerbal is a software limitation, not a hardware limitation. This is what I try to tell people. Well, in terms of simulation.
The NVIDIA solution can do things like offload various security protocols and has.
And the stuff from like a couple generations ago is like 40 to 80 gigabit. It could be had for like $10 on eBay. Oh, don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. I'm going to build this in the freaking garage. My power bill already sucks, man. Did I tell you guys I got a thing from the power company in the mail the other day? And it's like, it turns out that you have used, on average, 600% more than a house comparable in your area. You've used 600% more power. I'm like, oh, shit. Oops. This is fine. Skill issue by a solar farm. I live in the woods, man. There's trees. Yeah, they're like, we've seen that you use more power than the average person. I'm like, thanks, Clippy, piss off. It's the grow up the feds. No, shut up, don't tell them about that. Wait, it's legal in my state. Don't worry about it. You're saying you have biomass. We need that, man. Surely it's not just from streaming. Might be. And welding and all the other computers and stuff that we have. Your home lab runs like 3 Proxmox servers and 1 Proxmox backup server. Yes, I'm your big nerd. Dude, I kind of want electric heating in the garage, Kaz. That's what's screwing me. See, so hear me out. EJ's got the winning plan. All right? Yeah, I'm not mining Bitcoin. Shut up. EJ's got the winning plan. All right. The wood stove. No. The winning plan is that. Why have an electric heater when you could have an electric heater? Elon, call me. Call me, dude. Call me. I'll show you what's up. Call me. Do you think that'll heat the garage? I think that'd heat the garage. That'd be pretty good at heating the garage. It'd be pretty good.
Advanced flow management to help ensure that you don't have a congested network. The other thing you can do, though, is you can maintain a flow of data and packets throughout the entire cluster and help make sure that things get to the right place at the
beautiful
time. And here, it could be used not just for the RDMA network for the GPUs, but also for things like providing storage.
show Spartan,
As
it's
you can
fine.
probably tell as I blend in with single mode fiber with my yellow shirt, there's an absolute ton of optics and fiber and stuff running throughout this entire building to make sure that the communication happens efficiently and fast.
That's awesome.
Now,
all right, hold up. That'd be great until it becomes summer again. Yeah. The power bill would not be preferable. Yeah. Yeah. That's a hefty dose of fiber, yeah.
these over here are the north-south switches. In a modern AI cluster, the east-west traffic pattern is usually dominant. Still, these fancy...
What does he mean by east, west, north, south? What does that mean? Other than cardinal directions. That's implying some lateral movement of data as opposed to power's cheaper during the summer. I've got a solution. RTG for the shop. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. North-south is in and out. East-west is lateral across the cluster. Okay, so Poison, we're talking about data into the cluster, data out of the cluster, as opposed to data laterally through the cluster, like going from one stack, from one rack to another rack. Okay, cool. I'm brushing up on my IT terminology. The last time I did anything with anything like this, it did not look anything like that. Okay, cool. Got it. So what we saw before with the DPUs was... Hang on, I gotta hear what he said. I gotta hear what he said again. I'm learning. Okay, Poison, I get it.
Throughout this entire building to make sure that the communication happens efficiently and fast. Now, these over here are the north-south switches.
Okay, so the DPU and everything that we just saw is for every cluster to talk to another cluster. This is actually data in and out of this system, right? Okay, cool. I'm learning. They also blanked that out, whatever that is. Dude, this is so cool. I'm sorry, this is legit. This is scratching the itch, man. It's the serial tag. Yep. Satisfactory, but with data. Exactly, that's it. It really is. That's really what it is. It's interesting because Satisfactory is a game about building a factory when in reality you're just moving data around. You're manipulating data from the middle out.
Modern AI cluster, the east-west traffic pattern is usually dominant. Still, these fancy high-end switches can handle a ton of 400 gig Ethernet connections for north-south traffic.
So he just said that the east-west bandwidth is way higher than the north-south bandwidth. Is that because this is an AI data cluster and it has to, well, think, right? Am I getting this correct? Most never bother changing the default password. Yeah, that sounds like IT. Oh, dude, this is just a big brain. And that's its mouth right there. Yeah, Tiz, I got you. This is just a big freaking brain. Internal is always more. You're always moving more over the local area network. Interesting. When it comes to the applications of AI. Interesting. Bro, this is so wild. This is cool, man. I think that's super neat.
Just like the other switches that we looked at for east.
Isn't that what AI is? Yes. Yeah. Okay. It's making sense.
West. These are not being used for the RDMA network, which is a fast network that the GPUs require. Instead, this is being used for all of the other work, all of the other supercomputer tasks in the cluster. But these switches are another 64-port 800 gigabit Ethernet switch, which is just really cool. It's a really high-end system, and this is definitely one of the first deployments for this type of switch in the world.
Those are 800 gigabit switches? What the fuck? How did we get to this method, like this speed of data transfer? Holy crap. King Kitten, this is XAI's data cluster, man. It's the AI, dude, it's the X.AI's data center. It's so cool. It's per port. Yeah, per port. What the hell? How did this happen?
Now with a large-scale AI cluster like this, storage is delivered a little differently than you would be used to in something like your desktop, your notebook, tablet, all that kind of stuff where you have local storage. Instead, the vast majority of storage is delivered over the network. The reason for this is that this type of AI training needs tons of storage, and so you can't really fit it in each of those GPU servers. And also, all of the GPU and CPU servers need access to all of that storage, and so that's the reason there's a giant storage cluster here.
Can I hear that one more time? Sorry, my brain was just dumbstruck by what's going on.
Now with a large-scale AI cluster like this, storage is delivered a little differently than you would be used to in something like your desktop, your notebook, tablet, all that kind of stuff where you have local storage. Instead, the vast majority of storage is delivered over the network. The reason for this is that this type of AI training needs tons of storage, and so you can't really fit it in each of those GPU servers. And also, all of the GPU and CPU servers need access to all of that storage, and so that's the reason there's a giant storage cluster here.
Okay. They put the hard drive, it's not like hard drive, GPU, CPU in one cluster, and then you have your Ethernet out, right? He just said the hard drives are on the network, just like everything else is. Right? Yes. Okay, cool. Nope. Yeah. Okay, cool. I got it. So, okay, idiot question time again. All right. The question that I'm asking is that you can do that? Wait a minute. I mean, of course you can do that. I know you can do that. I get it. How does that work? Like, what's the hardware that has the hard drive it's like hard drive just right to the network? Or does there need to be some medium in there? I'm confused. Like, how you can just plug a hard drive in? It's whatever. Like, would this be the equivalent of like plugging the SATA drive like directly into your CPU or something? There's a central controller. An SAN, okay. You have a network array of storage, then it would be accessed over those huge arrays. Network attached storage. Oh. Okay. Depends usually in the storage area network. They will be rated SSDs. Got it. And then the controller gets an IP address. Network storage sounds. Okay. All right. I get it. That's cool. Dude, what a machine this thing is. I want to see this part. This is the part I'll understand. This is the part that I will get. You know what I mean? The thermo part, I got this part figured out, you know? Yeah, drummer. Dude, it's so cool.
Now, with any liquid-cooled data center, a big part of that is, of course, the liquid cooling. And if you look around right now, what you're going to see is these just absolutely giant pipes. I mean, these things are huge. And what these pipes do is they take liquid or water from the outside that's generally cooler, and they bring it inside the facility. It gets distributed into the different data halls. And then from there, it goes into the CDUs, which you saw that's where all of the racks have their GPUs and all that kind of stuff. All that heat from all those GPU servers goes into the CDUs, gets exchanged to these racks. It comes back out as warm water. And at that point, it can go outside to a chiller. Now, these chillers are not made for things like, making ice cubes or anything like that. They just lower the temperature of the water by a couple of degrees, and then that water can get recirculated at a cooler temperature, and the whole process can cycle over and over again.
It needs a condenser. You need a condenser. That's a weird way to say a condenser, but all right. Hey, Ninja Decimator. What's going on? EJ's rack space and infrastructure review. Dude, Grab, that's insane. This is so cool. Like, I don't always do tech on here from time to time. It's mostly what's going on with spaceflight, but damn, that's cool. This is impressive.
That's how data centers like this are able to reuse water. And by the way, these pipes are absolutely huge, and I can certainly feel the water flowing through here right now. Now,
Dude, what do you think the head pressure is of this? I would need to know the surface area of the cluster. What head pressure do you think they're running? What do you think the flow rate is on those damn pipes? He said if he can, dude, if you could put your hand on the pipe and you could feel it flowing, that's a lot of head pressure. You're like, if you could feel the water moving through the pipe, if the water has vibrations going through the pipe, you're flowing a lot of water very quickly. Yes, it has head pressure. What's the head pressure? Yes. Oh, that's so cool, man. Best not to spring a leak. Yeah, right. More than one. Yeah, big pipe, low pressure. Yeah, maybe.
Other amazing innovation here is really what's next to me, which is the Tesla Megapacks that actually power the training job.
Their load indicating 3536. Who knows what that is? I know what that is. Do you know what that is? Come on, where my truckers at? What's 3536? Is that a guess, RV? It's lithium, guys. It's lithium. Yeah.
That are in this facility. What they found was that there are these little millisecond variations in power when all of these GPUs
3536 is bananas.
And when that happens, that was causing all kinds of problems with the power infrastructure. So the answer was to have all of the input power from generators and what have you generate power that goes into the batteries and have the batteries discharge and power the training jobs. Now,
whoa, hold up.
Now, one other amazing innovation here is really what's next to me, which is the Tesla Megapacks that actually power the training jobs that are in this facility. What they found was that there are these little millisecond variations in power when all of these GPUs start training something, and when that happens, that was causing all kinds of problems with the power infrastructure. So the answer was to have all of the input power from generators and what have you generate power that goes into the batteries and have the batteries discharge and power the training jobs. Now, of course, that's the kind of engineering challenge that you have to solve for when you're building something of this scale. Now, of course,
Okay, so they're not the electrical feed isn't going right into the data center. It's on it's basically on an uninterrupted. That's a gigantic uninterrupted power supply that's like the size of 20 shipping containers. That's what that is. It's a gigantic UPS using Tesla battery packs. I know that part. The reason why is because it's for the same reason why when you go to turn your grid on in Satisfactory, it spikes for a second and then you immediately lose power unless you can buffer it, right? All those GPUs going into training mode all at once causes a draw. And what's bananas to me is that it's causing a draw on 3-phase AC, which is just, all right. All right. Dude, you need an industrial power plant to keep this thing going. Like, not like a full power plant, but you need a power plant to keep this thing going. It's a giant 3-phase UPS. Can you believe that, dude? Batteries smooth the road. Yeah, exactly. When you draw everything at once. So like, think about it like this, all right? You have a water tower, and that water tower goes into like 30 or 40 different pipes, right? If you turn all of them on at the same time, it's going to take a second for all the water to distribute to all the 30 pipes, right? And you're not going to, initially, you'll get a load from the center, right? You'll get a bunch of water coming from the center, right? And then it'll eventually spread out to all the other pipes, right? That, but with electricity. It's the same idea. If you increase the draw really quickly, you have to flow more current. Well, I don't know if I said that right, but you get what I'm trying to say.
What you're seeing here today is really like a phase 1 of this entire cluster. This thing is already the largest AI training cluster in the world, and they are still building, which is absolutely amazing. Now, of course, a project like this takes a ton of people. I just want to say thank you, of course, to our team, but also the Supermicro team, the XAI team, and everybody else that's been involved in making this happen. Now, of course, if you like this video and all of this cool AI infrastructure and you just want to look for a job, there is a career page that you can definitely check out and see if you know, something there piques your interest, because this seems like the project that would be awesome to work on. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at the Colossus supercomputer powered by Supermicro servers. If you did like this, well, why don't you share it with your friends and colleagues? Also, just tell us what you think down below. As always, thanks for watching and have an awesome day.
That's right, he stands in the round hole. Can you believe that, dude? That's just for Grok, man. He's building, you guys know he's building another one of those things. There's another one in there's another one at the Gigafactory that I know about that they're working on in Austin. That one is for Tesla full self-driving. It's going to be bigger than that if I'm remembering this right. That's what I thought it was. I thought that's what that was. No, he's building multiple ones. Yeah, you remember when I said, dudes, that, you know, somebody, like, we were watching the Optimus thing, the Optimus event the other day, We Robot, and people were saying, like, you know, EJ, why are you geeking out over Optimus when they have, when Google has their robot, what was their robot called? Waymo or something? Laymo, maybe? They, you know, why do you think that Optimus will be successful and the other ones won't? Well, the guy understands scale. He's playing Factorio in real life. Like, dude, did you just see what we just watched? Like, we need to start building metal endoskeletons. I have a feeling there will be a market for them. Waymo is the taxi, though, right? I don't... Yeah. Why'd you say Cractorio like Factorio? Dude. That was so cool, man. Like, dude, I geeked hard. I was just geeking hard there for a second. Each one of those things is 50 G's a pop. Mocap isn't impressive? What do you mean, Pop? I'm going somewhere with this. What are you talking about? What do you mean mocap is impressive? Come on. Come on. Tell them. Tell them what you think. Check the water coolers. Let me see. That's the one in Texas. Let me see. Let me take a look. Dude, that is a huge condenser. Oh my goodness. The robots are technology advanced as animatronics at Playland. Yeah, I know, Pop. I get it. Yeah, you're talking about Optimus and how everybody thinks they're telehandled and stuff. Yeah, that's fair, if you want to say that. That's fair. Give me 1 second. Now, I ain't trying to change your mind, all right? Nor am I trying to say that the We Robot event was, you know, bananas or whatever, right? Just bear with me. I just want to point out that this was their minimum viable product from like 2.5 years ago. Hi, it's me. I'm home safe. All right, Bree. Do you remember that? I don't know why the Guardian put their stamp over that, but whatever. Do you remember that? Yeah, Pop, you could say that, yeah, okay, if you want to write off Optimus as just being animatronic, I'd say that's fair. But also at the same time, 2.5 years ago, it was a stupid guy dancing in a suit. Like, I think that saying that it's just a they're just telehandling it. It's all just animatronics, right? People are using mocap. It's bound to mocap. Blah blah. Dude, That is missing the point completely. That is missing the point completely. That's what, dude, they were able to get cutting edge, like basically the best, like industry standard mocap technology in less than 2 years. Like I said, Optimus was a guy in a suit. It was a guy in a suit 2.5 years ago. It was, I don't know if it was mocap. What I'm saying is that even if it was, those robots that were serving people drinks and stuff weren't some guy in a suit, right? Give me a few million in 2 years and you could do it. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, man. Here, let's get back to space news. I mean, for a couple million, I'll just go learn to dance and be the guy in the suit. I could probably get you that in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, those 800 gigabit switches usually have an internal backplane that can switch 51.2 terabytes per second. It's all ASIC, application-specific integrated circuits, aka custom-made specialized CPUs. To put that in perspective, the Brazilian Internet Exchange has a peak speed of 34 terabytes per second. EJ, you are many things, but you are not a dancer. Don't take the bet. Hey, I got moves. I'm hip. You know, I'm in the groove. See? Yeah, we saw those moves. Damn. 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 Most internet backbones in the US cap out at 100 gigabytes a second. Creation, do you remember a little while back? I said this during the first Starlink launch, when they launched Tintin A and Tintin B. Cray, I know you've been watching this long, but I don't know if you... So you're a Dragon RCS thruster. Nice. I don't know if you were there for the original Starlink, like, precursor mission launch, right? I said at the time that, you know, Starlink is designed to serve, like, underserviced areas, right? That's the whole idea, right? But I think it'd be safe to say that Starlink, SpaceX, Tesla, that whole cadre of companies understand data, right? And how to move it around. I said at the time that if Starlink captures like 1% of global telecommunications, dude, like, those are $1 trillion companies all day. They're $1 trillion companies. Now, what's crazy to me is that, like, it's very clear that Starlink is going in that direction. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Starlink, like, okay, my knowledge of this is limited as hell. I don't think that Starlink would ever get to the point where we're moving terabytes per second through a satellite. Maybe. But also, nobody said you could get a comparable connection from a Starlink antenna, or a connection from a Starlink antenna that's comparable to a landline, yet here we are. Exactly, Tessa. You don't bet against tech like that. That's what I mean. Like, it seems a far-fetched idea, but catching a booster is a far-fetched idea to anybody that doesn't know about this, doesn't know what this does. You know what I mean? Like, the physical infrastructure for moving data around is lagging from what I understand. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point. What do you think the machines know what food tasted like? Maybe what I think Tasty Wheat tasted like, the eggplant or tuna fish, right? That's the point that I'm trying to make, dude. Dude, they're at 100 gigs a second. Starlink, I'd be curious to see, like, U.S. network infrastructure versus Starlink bandwidth, right? Network infrastructure bandwidth versus Starlink network infrastructure bandwidth, and see how like one of them is a flat line and how Starlink is just boing, it's going to do this. I know it's going to do this, and I don't know dick about this stuff, right? Like, and my T-Mobile still sucks. Octoballs. Your internet service provider is building a pillar of autumn? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because of Octoballs? Is that what you're trying to say? All right, let's jump through the rest of space news. Multi-link sats through the terminal is theoretically possible. Don't know what the cap would be. But Craig, you guys know more about this stuff than me. Would you think that, dude, he's going to leave them in the dust? Starlink is not going to just capture 1% of global telecommunications. Starlink is going to just crap on everything. There's going to be a point where just nothing even compares. Am I wrong in thinking about that way? Or let me put it this way. That is a possibility. Like, it's the same kind of thing. Because the way I see it is like, I look at it with Falcon 9. All Falcon 9 has done, and I say that this is not an easy task to do, right? All that Falcon 9 has done is just increase the bandwidth that we have to get stuff into space. Ironically, it's the satellites that we're talking about. But, dude, nothing can even match that bandwidth. Nothing is even close. No one's even close to doing something like this. Yeah, Jen's there. Starlink is working with that. You can't see them anymore. You can't see the dang things. The newer ones have they're like painted matte black. Data throughput maybe, but latency will still be higher than terrestrial networks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the bottleneck, Waz, is the high frequency from the antenna. Starlink to Starlink optical is that's the easy part. It's not, but you get the idea. Do you think they were always going to be limited by that? I mean, because theoretically, right? Like, well, no, that doesn't make sense. If it's within the laws of physics and there's money to be made, they'll figure it out. You're damn right. Bro, what a trip. Now I want to build a server rack, damn it. That's just another thing to spend money on. I got to fix the coronet. How about we build a server rack in the coronet? Can we do that? Is that good enough? Can we just combine the two things that I want to make, combine them into one? The bottleneck is the speed of light. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, right. Build it in your satisfactory ship. Mm-hmm. You could do whatever you want. Okay. Let's crowdfund it. It's just like Pimp Your Ride. Yeah, instead of a fish tank, we put a server rack in your trunk. Sup, dog? We heard you like computers, so we put a server rack in your trunk. It's an older meme, sir, but it checks out. Yo, dog. We heard you like AI, so we put an AI in your steering wheel. Tesla. Average Linus Tech Tips video. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Never underestimate the bandwidth of a van filled with 50 terabyte hard drives. Wasn't that a what if experiment, Arsenal? Like, what's the bandwidth of a letter, like a love letter? Technically, guys, the post office has insane bandwidth. If you really want to know, the post office is technically a data center. If you think about it. Nice, Pete. There you go. It's an analog data center. That's how is it not? The post office is a huge data center. That's all I'm saying. It's an analog data center. What else? How else are you going to classify that, right? The ping is atrocious. Hey, but that didn't say it. I didn't say it wasn't good. But what? This was a what if. This was a what if experiment. This was a Randall Monroe. There's a relevant XKCD around here somewhere where they thought about, like, what if you shipped a hard drive via the mail? What would the bandwidth be? Like, there is a correlation point where the post office actually is a better way to transfer data, if I'm remembering correctly. I forget exactly what the equation was, but that happened in South Africa. A USB thumb drive carrying data was faster than transferring it over the internet. Yes, there's the convergence point where an analog data center surpasses a digital one, which is hilarious, dude. Post office just has really large packets. That's exactly it, man. Dude, we should get like a tech bro to run the post office. You know, it's just, that would be awesome. All right, here, let's see. This is what if. Yeah, exactly. FedEx bandwidth. What if ever will the bandwidth of the internet, surpass that of FedEx? 2040. That's what it is. That's the convergence, and it's the reverse of what I said, but really, Pete, interesting. People actually do that. There are companies that will accept your drive for backup and send you your data on a drive when you need it via the mail. This space news is hurting my frigging brain, dude. Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering, Ando. Would a truckload of hard drives, if you drove it at a certain distance, right? Like if you had a full semi-truck full of hard drives, and each one of those hard drives is like, I don't know, a terabyte, right? So you had like 1,000 terabytes in there. That's not what a truck would fill up, right? You know, the data connection, the digital data, like the internet connection is fast, right? But you're still capped. There's still a bandwidth cap there, right? With the truck, there's literally no bandwidth cap. The bandwidth cap would be physically how many hard drives you could fit in there. Now, the transfer rate would suck. But in the time it takes the truck to drive across the entire, like from point A to point B, right? There is a convergence point where moving it via hard drive actually is higher bandwidth. Or moving it via, hard drives in the back of a truck is higher bandwidth for massive amounts of data, right? Isn't that weird? Space news. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's super cool, man. All right, that was a little bit of a rabbit hole. Factorio belts versus trains. Yeah, crazy. It really is that, isn't it? Hear me out. A starship full of hard drives. Yeah, exactly. That's way higher bandwidth. It's just probably a little expensive. Amazon do that as a service. Amazon's snowmobile is actually a truck hauling a huge hard drive. Okay, cool. Someone has thought of this. Okay. And why am I not surprised that it's just the guy you guys were telling me? There's AWS Snowball. Accelerate moving offline data or remote storage to the cloud. Yeah, okay, cool. Why am I not surprised that this is Jeff Bezos, the guy that's really good at logistics, is the guy that came up with this? It's actually not that much. You can only download 86 terabytes a day on a 1 gigabit line, and most people can't. Where does Space News go? That's right. It goes in the box truck. Yes. Yes, that's so cool, man. Oh, that's sick, dude. IT is so many rabbit holes. Dude, it's just like aerospace, DX. It's the same idea, man. It's just like aerospace. It's a never-ending rabbit hole. You're always going to learn something new. Ah, it's so cool, man. All right. Bollinger Shipyards. Let's dump through the rest of space news. Let's go. Nope, that music will get claimed. Story Bruno doing his thing. They're laying the keel on a new rocket ship. Wait until you learn about chip design and manufacturing. Oh, God. There's tons of IT in aerospace, too. Well, yeah, of course, of course. Spaceship keel laying ceremony. There it is. Speaking of increasing bandwidth, ULA is building another ship to move rocket cores around. Where's John? Wait a minute. Where's that guy? We got Chris, Dan, and Tori. Where? John? Hello? Mod check? John? Mod check? Unless, though, I back up my company data to a remote location in the next city, it would actually be faster to go there and get the data and drive back than download it. That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, yeah. Build things. Cowboy hard hat. Yes. That's sick. How about the floating dry dock that Bollinger is building over there? Look at that thing. You know what? Why doesn't NASA get someone like this to build the mobile launcher? Just saying, a shipyard would probably build that pretty fast and pretty well. That we gotta do the Bechtel. Oh, infrastructure is awesome, Impy. Isn't this cool? Dude, it doesn't matter if it's shipbuilding, data centers. This is dope, man. This is dope. This is so freaking cool. Stop making sense. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, people get mad when you make too much sense. Anyway. All right. Lightning round of space news. Funny thing is, this whole rabbit hole was powered by a complaint about a power bill. Yeah, I guess it was. I just traced the conversation back in my head. Yeah. You're not wrong. EJ trying to make people excited about infrastructure so they learn how to build the ML faster than Bechtel. Thousands. I play the long game, okay? I've been doing this for a decade. I play the long game. Crap, he figured me out. Anyway, NASA successfully integrates chronograph for the Roman Space Telescope. Awesome. Oh, excellent. Here, more nerd stuff. NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope team has successfully completed integration of the Roman chronograph instrument into Roman's instrument carrier, a piece of infrastructure that will hold the mission's instruments, which will be integrated into the larger spacecraft at a later date. The Roman coronagraph, I said chronograph, that's a different thing. Coronagraph is a technology demonstration that scientists will use to take an important step in the search for habitable worlds and eventually life beyond Earth. Laser discs. Yeah, right. This integration took place at the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, where the Space Telescope is located and is in development. This milestone follows the coronagraph's arrival at the center earlier this year from JPL in Southern California, where it was built and tested. Developed, built, and tested. I like big boats, and I cannot lie. Yeah, right. I know what laser discs are. Yes. Yes. Those are not Ethernet cables. I mean, they actually might be. I don't know. They're wrapped up. they could be. It's possible that they actually probably are. Yeah. You guys know that. Okay, all right. Let's tie this whole IT thing right back into space. You know that satellites are just big, gigantic floating server racks, right? With rockets attached to them and an antenna. It's just a big floating server rack. That's what it is. That's what a sat bus is. Unloading completed MLP at the turning basin sounds very SpaceX. I like that idea, Andrew. Yeah, and it's very good at cooling. Yep. And most of the new ones are running Linux. Yep. Satellites are just a big server rack. Yep. Did you see the new Cities 2 France content pack? It's free. Arsenal, you could say that they surrendered that content pack to the end users? Wow, EJ, you should take that one on the road. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude. That's the server rack stuff got me kind of fired up. You monster. Dude, until they get rid of that tile tax nonsense, I'm kind of... Nah, I'm good, man. That's cool that they're releasing content for free, but... All right, next bit. That was the coronagraph. That's cool, man. NASA provides update on Artemis 3 moon landing regions. All right. Are we the baddies? Congrats on becoming a dad. NASA provides update on Artemis 3 moon landing regions. As NASA prepares for the first crewed moon landing in more than 5 decades, the agency has identified an updated set of 9 potential landing regions near the South Pole for its Artemis 3 mission. These areas will be further investigated through scientific and engineering study. NASA will continue to serve potential areas for missions following Artemis 3, including areas beyond these 9 regions. Hey, how are you going to explore the areas beyond those 9 regions? Maybe we should send a rover, that could rove around between all these areas, That would probably... Oh, no, never mind. Let's launch a block of metal up there. That'll help find landing areas better. Yeah, you're right. Artemis will return humanity to the moon and visit unexplored areas. NASA's selection... No, I'm not letting it go. NASA's selection of these regions shows our commitment to landing crews safely near the South Pole, where they will help uncover new scientific discoveries and learn to live on the lunar surface, said Lakeisha Hawkins, Assistant Deputy Associate Manager, Moon to Mars Program Office. NASA's cross-agency selection analysis team, working closely with science and industry partners, added and excluded potential landing regions which were assessed for their scientific value and mission availability. The refined candidate Artemis 3 lunar landing regions are, in no priority order, Peak near Cabus B, Haworth, Malapert Massive, Westains Massive. All right. Montmouton Plateau, Mons Mouton, Noble Rim 1, Noble Rim 2, I can't say that word. We'll just call it De Ganache Rim 2, and the Slater Plain. What up, Ganache? Mons Mouton. Mont Mouton Plateau. Speaking of France. Wait till EJ learns about the Artemis 5 crewed rover plan. The Gulag Ridge. Face the crater, please. Der Gelash? De Jalash? No Shackleton crater for all mankind, chat. We're cooked. Good. Yes, I said that. Plateau would be the most promising. Yeah, but the plateau is going to offer you potential less ice because there's no craters with perpetual darkness there. The more perpetual darkness you could get at, theoretically, creation, you could get at more water ice, potentially. I'd say Noble Rim 2. Noble Rim 2 would probably be a good spot because you have that flat that you have with the plateau, but you're also near the rim of the crater. You know what I mean? Or Haworth. That would be good too. Interesting. I would go for that big crater on the right. Well, once again, there's not perpetual darkness there. That's the problem. You want to see, here's the thing. The ice is in the places that are dark. There are places that are in perpetual eclipse because of these mountains, right? That's where the ice could be. Could be. We should send a rover there and find out, shouldn't we? No, I'm not letting it go. I don't care. It's unacceptable. I'm going to shun this behavior until we write course. So you want something that has darkness, but you also want something that's not a nightmare to land on. Screw it. Let me see if a starship land on the peak near Cabus B just for the challenge. They could put wheels on that block. Shut up. These regions contain diverse geological characteristics and offer flexibility for mission availability. The lunar South Pole never has been explored by a crew mission and contains permanently shadowed areas that can preserve resources, including water. See? The moon's South Pole is a completely different environment than where we landed during the Apollo mission, said Sarah Noble, Artemis lunar scientist lead at NASA headquarters in Washington. It offers access to some of the moon's oldest terrain, as well as cold, shadowed regions that may contain water and other compounds. Any of these landing regions will enable us to do amazing science and make new discoveries. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? It's SN15. Okay. You changed your name to Brandon JSS Coolio 81. All right. Mons Mouton looks okay. Yeah, Yuri, not bad, not bad. To select these landing regions, a multidisciplinary team of scientists and engineers analyzed the lunar South Pole region using data from NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, a Constellation-funded mission, might I add, and a vast body of lunar science research. Factors in the selection process include scientific potential, launch window availability, terrain suitability, communication capabilities with Earth, and lighting conditions. Additionally, the team assessed the combined trajectory capabilities of NASA's SLS, the Orion spacecraft, and Starship HLS to ensure a safe and accessible landing site. Raymond, you might get your wish, dude. The Artemis 3 geology team evaluated the landing regions for their scientific promise. Sites with each of the 9 identified regions have the potential to provide key new insights into our understanding of rocky plains, lunar resources, and the history of our solar system. Artemis 3 will be the first time that astronauts will land in the South Polar region of the moon. They will be flying on a new lander into terrain that is unique from our past Apollo experience, said Jacob Bleacher, NASA's chief exploration scientist. It's a hell of a job title. Finding the right locations for this historic moment begins with identifying safe places for this first landing and then trying to match that with opportunities for science from this new place on the moon. NASA's site assessment team will engage the lunar science community throughout conferences and workshops to gather data, build geologic maps, and assess the regional geology or eventual landing sites. The team will also continue surveying the entire lunar South Pole region for scientific value and mission availability for future Artemis missions. This will include planning for expanded science opportunities during Artemis 4 and suitability for the LTV, Lunar Terrain Vehicle, as part of Artemis 5. Oh, curious. Pretty much it is. Yeah, that's pretty much me at this point. The agency will select sites with regions for Artemis 3 after it identifies the mission's target launch dates, which dictate transfer trajectories or orbital paths and surface environment conditions. Under NASA's Artemis campaign, the agency will fund the... Yeah, okay, they're going back to the moon. I get it. All right, cool. You could do solar, Laz. You could do nuclear here. That's fine. Yeah, you could do all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I'm going with Noble Rim 2. That would be a good spot because you could drive rovers around as well. You could drive all up in here. Slater Plain is not bad. You could still drive rovers around. But yeah, the accessibility to the dark spots is probably why they chose that. Same with Gulag Rim 2. The peak over here actually could provide you with driving around rovers in this dark area right here. You kind of have access into this whole canyon, which, once again, smart. Same with Malapert Massive. Over here, you could drive all up in here and check all the craters if you had a base or a landing site on the rim. Yeah, see, I see why they chose some of these. It's pretty smart. Yeah, this could take decades. Yep. So, check this out. Okay, let's get into Starbase news here. And we'll go. So, this is interesting. This is coming from Abhi Chapathi. He is the Director for Mission Operations at University of California, Berkeley, SSL. Space Sciences Laboratory. Now, you know, so why am I listening? He worked for SpaceX. He was a mission director for SpaceX and NASA engineer. So he still knows a lot of people. But check this out. And now don't get me wrong. I don't get rumor. You know, I don't really kind of do the whole rumors thing. But check this out. He's saying that this was the last firing on the McGregor tripod test stand, and it will soon be demolished, which is interesting. Interesting. That refers to, you know, them beating the snot out of a Raptor engine and then doing one more test on it, which is interesting. I don't know why you'd get rid of the tripod. I mean, that would suck if they got rid of it. That thing's been there for like 30 years almost. SpaceX tested Falcon 9 stages on that way back when. That would suck if they got rid of it. But yeah, if Abhi says that that's... The guy says that that's a thing. He still knows a lot of people at SpaceX. But who knows? Moving to Starbase? Maybe. Why would they demolish the tripod? It's the only one with a good view. That might be the reason. Which would suck if that happens, but either way. So, let's jump to see what's going on at Starbase down here. This is coming from the Burgonator. 30 years, build bigger stuff. I like your idea, House. Let's go. Mary, Boca Chica gal, spots the arrival of hardware for Starbase Tower 2 booster quick disconnect. Ooh. Booster fill and drain quick disconnect carriage weldment. Cool. I want to see them build a huge multi-engine test stand. Let me see 8 bays for constant testing. Might be doing that. Oh, carriage. Oh. Carriage weldment. That's a different design than one, correct? I don't know. I don't know what specific piece this is, but I'm going to guess that if they're willing to redesign the entire OLM, they're probably going to redesign the quick disconnect to an extent too. What's that? A new motor mount for EJ's engines? I think that this piece is bigger than my truck. Anyway, speaking of OLM things, new parts, this is coming from Chrome Kiwi. New parts have arrived. Chrome Kiwi does renders of the pad of what the OLM could look like. And something very curious popped up. Parts resembling the ones seen to make up the Massey's flame bucket cradle have been spotted next to OLMB thanks to RGV aerial photos. We need to wait and see how deep the trench goes and how high the formed walls will be to make up the height. Interesting. That looks like a deflector. And Chrome Key, of course, has the goods.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely a flame bucket and a deflector. If Chrome Kiwi is right and you start seeing some stainless pipes that are shaped like J's coming around, you know what happened. RGV has a picture of the hot staging ring as well. Oh. Yeah, that's broken. Yeah, that. Could you have a deflector with some sort of deluge system? It's a flame bucket, Brandon. That's what a flame bucket is. Yeah, that's broken. Yeah, that's broken. Yeah, it's very broken. It's fine. It's fine. So you saw that. So like I said, with the flame trench thing, I said if you start seeing pipes that are shaped like this, like a J or an L almost, what they're gonna do they're not gonna make a flame deflector. It's gonna be a flame bucket. So flame bucket, and keep in mind there's no standard nomenclature for calling it this stuff. I call it a flame bucket because it looks the most like the flame buckets that are used at Stennis. It's a flame diverter that's made out of a pad deluge system. If that's the right, if that's a way that I can kind of call it, if you will. That's what a flame bucket is to me. There's probably, I mean, people are probably going to hot dog a sandwich this conversation, but screw me for bringing it up. They're basically building a flame diverter shaped pad deluge system. Yeah, that's basically, that's the best way to describe it. Hey, you're a flame bucket. No, you're a flame bucket. Tacos suck, Kazanku. Burritos are better. Yeah, I said it. No, I'm not sorry. Controversial take. Controversial if you like being wrong and don't like the truth. But hey, whatever. Yeah, see. See, this is interesting. This is another RGV aerial picture of Pad B. There's the CC8800 right there, or parts of it. Chimichangas proved that EJ is right. Sullivan, привет. Привет, brat. Как дела? What's up, man? Sorry, it took me a second to read it. What's going on, buddy? How are you? So those buckets should be in there. Yeah, 16-meter wide firework. That's what I'm saying. That's a gigantic flame trench, even for Starship. It's pretty crazy. And you know what the crazy thing about this? You know what the crazy thing about this is? That flame duct needs to be built like you think you just dig a hole, right? No. You dig, even if you make it a concrete, like you make a concrete, basement in there, so to speak, it's still going to flood unless you make it watertight. SpaceX here, because they're so damn close to the water table, like you could see the water table right there. Basically, if you dig down, you're going to hit water really quick. Why? Because they're near this big thing that has a lot of water in it that's just to the east of here. It's called the ocean. When you're close to sea level like this, it doesn't take you don't dig down very far to reach water, right? Now, here's the thing. If you're going to build something like this, and this thing, let's presume that this thing's going to be like 10 meters down. It's going to be a big flame trench because it needs to divert Starship's thrust, right? If that's going to be the case, this basically needs to be built watertight. It needs to be built like a gigantic boat hull, believe it or not. It's got to float, quote unquote. Pretty cool, huh? Because you see, look, they didn't dig down very far, and look, they're already making a pond. I'm sure that smells terrific. I'm sure it smells great. Totally doesn't smell like dookie and mud mixed with like burnt hair and low tide and mosquitoes. Yeah. Are they thinking of the next 12-meter version? I think they are, catching. It will need to be an inverted swimming pool. Yes, that's correct. Yep. Yeah, dude, I'd be getting the bug spray. I'd be getting the bug spray hard. That would suck. That would suck so bad, dude. It's gonna be giant concrete though. Yeah, for real, Okaror. Yeah, man. It's crazy, right? I mean, dude, like I said, look at the size of that thing. Look at the trucks compared to it. These are American trucks. They're not small. Like, we don't make small trucks over here. That's not what we do. We have a big problem with that. I mean, look at it compared to the semi-truck trailer. The flame trench is as wide as the damn truck is long. Also, there's a huge hole in the ground over there. What the hell is that? Where did that come from? That wasn't there. This stuff pops up like freaking weeds, man. It was? What is it? We don't know. How do you know it was there if you don't know what it is? Starship Tower 3? I doubt it. Water fuel conduit. Okay. It's the square hole. That's right. It goes in the square. Oh my god. Yeah, where does the crane go? That's right. It goes in the square hole. By the way, I watched Flame Trench, and if Sawyer needs help with Russian sites or language, I can help, I think. I don't know about active writing, but at least here for now. Yuri, that's what I always did, dude. When I was covering the Russian space program, and this is how I learned to read Russian very badly, might I add. I just had the Russian viewers help me out with it and give me some context. That helped a lot. Would a trench need a sump pump? Not if you build it watertight, Joe. It would need a pump for if it rains or, when that whole rocket launch thing happens, right? Fun fact, every flame trench needs drainage like that. Every single one. Or you'd get a swimming pool after every rocket launch. Yeah. And you'd get basically a mosquito habitat every rocket launch. Can confirm. I've seen the flame trench at 41. Don't ask how. I've seen it in my travels. That was a long time ago. I don't even know if it looks like that anymore. Yeah, Yuri, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, I'm not fluent by any means, but I can read. Just evaporate it with more rocket launches. 5-head solution right there. Absolutely. That's right. That's right, Snackless. It goes in this square hole. Now, everybody, some people saying that this is a commodities bunker. So if it's a commodities bunker, like fuel, water, liquid fuel, water, liquid oxidizer, it's probably a hub for all that. Would this giant hole not make this tower unstable? Crownless, you see these squiggly lines? These squiggly lines are a temporary retaining wall. That's basically, that thing is, those things are a lot deeper than you think. A pile driver pushes them down, and that's what's basically keeping it nice and stable. Now, because if you didn't put that there and you went to start digging a hole, the tower would go Leaning Tower of Pisa on you. Yeah, absolutely. That's right, it goes in the square hole. Where does this trailer go? That's right. It goes in the square hole. What about this starship? That's right. It lands in the square hole. Anyway. All right, dudes. That is going to be the Monday space news here. That's the grave for Ship 23. That's right. It goes in the square hole. Silo launched SN-26 when? Can we just put it in the silo upside down and fire the engines? Somewhere out there, Kevin Michael Reed just went... Yeah,
Discovery, go at throttle up.
just cringed a little bit. It puts the lotion on or you go in the square hole. Apollo Tier 1, 22 months. Balls. And FX had a 9-month 61 total. Thank you. Good evening. What if we built a launch complex above the ocean and fire the engines into the ocean? That's been done, dude. Well, like that? Oh God, he's bringing up fishies in it. It's actually Zenit. It is called Zenit. I think. Where could that black cladding from the renderings be added? I'm not sure. Is there any reason why everyone calls Kevin by his full name all the time? Because it's fun to say Kevin, Jen, Michael, Vincent, Reed. Zeb, no comment tonight, just that we love you. You BA. I've seen 2 F-50s going north on I-35 in Iowa today on my way back from the casino. Yo, F-50s. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Zenit. Yes. Yeah, with that RD-170, man. It's a good motor. Good motor. That's right. It burns the square water. Yeah, that's sea launch. They basically turned an oil rig into a Zenit launch pad. Watch the scene. Oh, God. Andrew. You watched the scene from Apollo 13 working on the air filters and the square hole was all you could think of. I am very sorry that I have ruined that for you. We need 10 Kevin, Jan, Michael, Vincent reads in Quadrant B. F-50s. You'll see them shortly again on the side of the road in 2 balls of flames. Oh, God. Oh, God. Andrew, you just ruined it. You know how many people you just ruined Apollo 13 for with that comment? Why did I decide to read it? Damn it. Zenit is basically the booster from Energia. The first stage is, Yuri, the first stage is the Zenit from Energia. That's right. That's right. It goes in the square hole. Zenit was supposed to be, so what they planned on doing, right? Zenit was always going to be made, even if the Soviet Union didn't collapse. Like, they were going to have Energia, right? And they were going to have 3 different variants, kind of Energia. They were going to have Zenit, which is the medium-duty launcher, right? Like Antares or something, which ironically is also kind of a Zenit booster. Yeah, not a lot of people know that. And then there was going to be Energia M, which is medium. And then there's the full Energia. Like, there's 3 different variants of it. Yeah, they wanted a small, medium, and heavy-duty launch vehicle. So, Energia M, right, is 2 Zenits and a smaller core stage. Yeah. It's like... Here, I'll show you. It is a very, very strange-looking rocket. But look, Energia M could fit on the grasshoppers. See? It could fit on them. It has a smaller core and 2 Zenit boosters. It's a medium-duty launch vehicle. So the crazy thing about Energia M, like, this is very strange. The core stage is where that gray line starts. Hey, somebody gifted a sub to Square Hole. Could Energia ever come back again? Not a chance in hell. And it uses the same reaction frame. It uses the same launch frame as the big Energia. But you have a single RD-0120 in this stage here. And that's the core stage down here. The booster's actually attached to the fairing. Yeah, weird, huh? That's very strange. Is Russia working on any new vehicles? They have Angara. Angara is their new one. Well, new one. Zenit is Russian for Zenith. Yep. Yeah, the idea with Energia is that you could make a bunch of different vehicles out of it. Here. Look. See? Energia M. Kerbal Space Program. Energia. Zenit. Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal Space Program. Actually, this is Energia Polius. But that's another... It's not Gara. Yeah, that's right. I prefer that Vulcan, I'm not going to lie. I think that has 6? 8. It has 8 It has 8 Zeniths on it. Wow. That, I'm not going to say that wouldn't have packed a punch. Dude, are you... I like it. I like it. I like it. Yep. Nope. That's annoying. I like that. That's pretty rad. Good to launch payload inverted. Yeah, yeah. Now I like this one. Number one actually flew. That flew in 1987. That I don't know what the hell you're smoking, but whatever you're smoking to get that idea, I want this one. That one's sick. You know how much power that has behind it? That has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That has 8 Zeniths behind it. There's 8 RD-170s behind that thing. Hold on. This is the bonus content for the stream. An RD-170 produces 7.9 meganewtons. That's 64 meganewtons from the boosters. Dude, that's almost as much thrust as Starship out of the hole. That's almost as... This with the core stage is pushing almost as much as Super Heavy. That's about 70 meganewtons with the 4 RD1, the RD-0-120s in the first stage. Wow. That's nuts, dude. They should have made that. You should have made that. Why didn't you make that? Make that next time. Jesus. The frick, man? Should have made that. Yuri, can you make that, please? Please? Like, can we get on that? Like, just, damn, dude. What a monster. That Coral of Cross would look sick, right? Damn, dude. And yeah, Zeniths. So did you see those like nacelles that are on the side of the Zenith boosters? That's all parachutes. So the boosters could parachute back down. Damn, dude. Yeah. Crazy. I still like the flyback Zenith boosters. I thought the flybacks are so cool. The ones that have the wings that fold out like that. They like the wings are on the booster and they fold. That's cool, man. Should have done that. It would have been sick. Anyway. All right, dudes. It's 8:30. Bye call. Yep. Anyway. All right. That's going to do it for me, dudes. this is going to conclude our broadcast day. I'm going to be operating just on a slightly shorter schedule today because I have the dog this week. Brimo's actually gone, so I want to make sure that I don't leave the dog in the house for a long time. He gets lonely. He doesn't like that. Time for yeah, I'm the pillow for the dang thing. For the dang dog. Yep. What the dog doing? All right, so that's gonna do it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed our space and rocket technology and information technology review. I will see you guys back here tomorrow at noontime. We will be working on the Satisfactory build even more. And yeah, Satisfactory Space News again, same time, same place. This concludes our broadcast day. Let me here. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. And have a good night. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, let's go. See you guys. Thank you.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright